Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Congresswoman Joanne Emerson sees the effect that the drought has had firsthand. Also, the first part of our fascinating new series, Preparing for the Worst. And Dr. Sunil Chan joins us on Ask the Expert. All of these stories, and will we see triple-digit high temperatures this week?
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the top stories that we're working on for you at this hour. 8th District U.S. Congresswoman Joanne Emerson saw some of Southeast Missouri's more unconventional agricultural operations on her recent farm tour. Now, when Emerson visited our 18 Eyewitness News studios, she mentioned touring an alpaca ranch, a hydroponic vegetable operation, a deer farm, and a peanut operation.
This is the first year that we've grown peanuts here in Missouri in years and years and years, and we're actually farming 30,000 acres down in southern Butler County.
Now, Emerson says whether it's traditional or non-traditional, agriculture is the most significant industry here in Southeast Missouri.
You know, agriculture is the most important part of our district's economy, and we produce in our we have 9 congressional districts. In our 8th district, we produce 33% of all of agriculture here in the state of Missouri.
Emerson adds all of the farmers and ranchers she met with shared how devastating this year's drought has been, especially to livestock producers. Well, while we're on the subject of the weather, here's Dustin Kopp with a look at our first forecast. Dustin?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. Looking at current conditions through southeast Missouri, they're on the warm side. 87 degrees right now in Festus, 86 in Potosi and St. Genevieve. A little bit cooler in Cape Girardeau at 82 and 84 right now in Piedmont and Van Buren. What's in store for the rest of the week? I'll have all those details coming up later in weather.
James Clay Waller will spend the next 5 years in prison. An appeals court on Friday upheld his 60-month federal prison sentence for making threats over the internet to his sister-in-law. Now, last October, Waller pleaded guilty, as you recall, to threatening Cheryl Brennicky on the internet site Topics. In January, he received the maximum 5-year sentence from U.S. District Court Judge Stephen Limbaugh. Now, according to court documents, the district court's decision to impose the maximum sentence was based on the suspicion that Waller murdered his wife. The 3 federal appeals court judges agreed with that decision, stating that the evidence the government presented to the district court at the sentencing hearing makes the findings, and we're quoting now, plausible. The Fredericktown City Reservoir is significantly higher than it was 4 weeks ago. Utility manager Stan Gilliam says at its lowest point, the water level was 30 inches below the top of the dam. Then the city got some help.
The Boy Scouts released about 50 million gallons of water to us, which helped fill the reservoir back up. They weren't able to give us as much water as they would like, and perhaps in September they'll be able to give us additional water. But right now we're at a comfortable level in the reservoir.
Normally, the Boy Scouts release water from Nims Lake to supplement the city lake in the fall. This year, they agreed to do it earlier due to the drought. Gilliam says he's hoping the worst is behind them.
But hopefully with the rain and the cool weather, and we're past the grass growing season and people's gardens and so forth, that usage will drop down a little bit. But we're cautiously optimistic that we can get through this. Again, with the help with the Boy Scouts, without having to have a emergency type situation.
Gilliam points out while the city has asked residents to be conservative with their water usage, they have not had to issue a formal water conservation order. Lots of folks are making plans for the Labor Day weekend coming up. Troop E of the Missouri State Highway Patrol wants to make sure folks travel safely wherever they go. Trooper Clark Parrott says the Poplar Bluff Post will take part in the 20-mile Trooper Project this coming Friday and Monday.
We'll have a trooper stationed every 20 miles on Interstate 55 and Interstate 57, along U.S. Highway 60 and U.S. 67 from Poplar Bluff up to its just north of Farmington.
The goal of the 20-mile Trooper project is to promote safety and reduce the number of crashes. Trooper Parrott says the program has had a dramatic impact on holiday traffic.
Since that project was implemented 5 years ago, we have had 0 fatalities on the interstate system in Missouri as a result of that project. And we attributed that to just the increased presence on the roadways during that time. And we're able to have troopers in position to respond to a stranded motorist, a flat tire, somebody out of gas, that sort of thing.
Trooper Parrott adds drivers should minimize distractions. That means no phone calls and no texting, and everyone in your vehicle should be restrained. When we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, the first part in our brand new series, Preparing for the Worst. That story is coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day and 6 months same as cash financing. No hassle leasing and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customer. In Doniphan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance.
Sing a song about the Heartland. Sing a song about my life.
Oh, the blood of Jesus washes. Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
Take control of your future by enrolling at the Unitech Career Center. Discover a new career with Unitech's nursing programs or the opportunities with Unitech's sheet metal fabricating program, or turn your hobby into a career with Unitech's power sports equipment program. From electrical trades to automotive technology programs, the first step to a well-paying future starts at the Unitech Career Center, Raider Road in Bonne Terre. For adult information, call 358-3011. For high school information, call 358-2271.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins, Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp, and Jeremy Martin with sports. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
Recently, the St. Francis County Ambulance District spent 4 days in tactical training at the Farmington High School. Now, the goal was to prepare a team of 12 EMTs, paramedics, and supervisors to be able to offer medical services in extraordinary situations. 18 Eyewitness News was granted remarkable access. We'll show you this training and hear from those involved in a special series, Preparing for the Worst. The St. Francis County Ambulance District brought in Medic Up International to run the co-training program. Co-owner Stephen Bobella commends the district for preparing for the worst.
St. Francis County has been proactive. They know that it's not a question of if this will happen in their area, whether it be an active shooter, whether there be violence, whether there be a barricaded subject in a house, a hostage situation. They're being proactive in taking training to be able to provide emergency medical services at that incident.
Throughout the training, Bobella says the team is constantly put under extreme pressure as they learn to provide medical services under extraordinary situations.
We're stressing them out, putting them under high stress, both sensory deprivation, sensory overload, situations that they are not used to operating in. So we'll raise their heart rates up to 140, 150, 160, where their sympathetic nervous system takes over. And they need to do tactical breathing, combat breathing, and be able to perform the normal skills that they do every day under that stress.
In tomorrow's report, we'll see and hear some of those training exercises. 2 people are recovering from injuries sustained in a double shooting Friday night in Bismarck. According to media reports, a domestic disturbance on Russell Street led to the shooting. Authorities say a man shot his adult son and his son's wife. They were rushed separately to 2 St. Louis area hospitals and are expected to survive their injuries. One person was taken into custody at the St. Francis County Jail. The suspect's name is expected to be released as charges are filed. A Dexter teenager will face a preliminary hearing September the 6th on a charge of second-degree arson. Authorities say 18-year-old Timothy Keeling admitted to starting the fire at a workshop near downtown Dexter the morning of August 17th. Fire crews suspected arson, and 2 witnesses led to Keeling's arrest. The teen also told police that he had set fires at his grandmother's home in St. Louis and at a home in Bernie. He is in the Stoddard County Jail on a $50,000 cash-only bond. And when we come back, Dr. Sunil Chan joins us on Ask the Expert.
Looks like we're going to be watching for Hurricane Isaac here in southeast Missouri. I have all the details coming up next in weather.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. We saw a muggy day today, and more warm weather is on the way for southeast Missouri. Looking at weather headlines for our area, we're going to see plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. Rain's going to be out of here. We're also going to be seeing warm air come into play, and it looks like we're going to be watching for Isaac to make landfall and impact our weather towards the end of the week. Here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are in the 80s. 87 right now in Festus, and St. Genevieve is at 86, as well as in Potosi, 85 in Fredericktown and Ironton, Piedmont at 84, and 84 right now in Poplar Bluff. Here at the studio, we're a little bit cooler, 81 degrees. Feels like 81 out there with current dew point 71 under a partly sunny sky, humidity at 71%, and north-northeast wind at 5 miles per hour. Going through the day tomorrow, we're going to be on the sunny side on Tuesday. However, down to our south, that's our next weather system for the end of the week. As we look at what Isaac is going to be doing, right now it's a tropical storm and it's down to our south, and it's going to be pushing our way here in southeast Missouri. By Saturday, it looks like we could see the most rainfall from Isaac right now. It's going to be, right now it's Tropical Storm Isaac, and once it makes landfall, it's going to turn into a Category 1 hurricane. So for tonight, clear skies, low around 61, light to variable winds, 60 in Festus through Potosi, as well as in Ironton, Ellington 62, 63 in Piedmont, and Poplar Bluff at 64 degrees. Then for tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, 91 degrees, northeast wind 10 to 15, 93 in Potosi, 93 in Ironton, Piedmont 93, and Van Buren 93 as well. A lot of 93s out there for tomorrow. The next several days are looking like this through southeast Missouri. Wednesday, plenty of sunshine, high 91, low is 62. Then we're going to start continuing to be warm on Thursday. Plenty of sunshine, mostly sunny, 91, low is 69. Then on Friday, Saturday, that's when Hurricane Isaac will be here. It'll be just a low pressure system by the time it reaches us, but we will see showers and thunderstorms in the area for Friday and Saturday. Temperature around 85, 86, and then we're starting to warm back up on Sunday and Monday. And that's Check Your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details are located at KDKZ18.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
Thanks, Dustin. And now Fred Jr. is here with Ask the Expert.
Dr. Sunil Chan joins us today for Ask the Expert.
Hypertension is a term used to describe high blood pressure. Essential hypertension means that the cause of blood pressure is not known. Blood pressure means the force against the walls of your arteries as your heart pumps blood through the body. Blood pressure readings are usually given as two numbers. For example, 120/80. One or both of these numbers can be too high. The top number is called the systolic blood pressure, and the bottom number is called the diastolic blood pressure. Many factors can affect your blood pressure, including how much water and salt you have in your body, the conditions of your kidney, nervous systems, or blood vessels, the level of different body hormones. You have a high risk of high blood pressure if you are African American, are obese, are often stressed and anxious, drink too much alcohol, more than 1 drink per day for a woman and 2 drinks for a man, eat too much salt in your diet, have a family history of high blood pressure, have diabetes, smoke. Most of the time there are no symptoms. In most people, high blood pressure is found when they visit their healthcare provider and have their blood pressure checked. Because there are no symptoms, people can develop heart disease, kidney problems without knowing they have high blood pressure. If you have severe headaches, nausea, vomiting, confusion, changes in your vision, or nosebleeds, you may have severe and dangerous forms of high blood pressure called malignant hypertension.
For this Ask the Expert and others, just go to KDKZ18.com. For 18 Eyewitness News, I'm Fred Dawkins Jr.
Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, why and how to invest in your marriage now, even when the calendar is bursting full already. That's coming up next on Focus on the Family.
I'm Stacy Johnson. ID theft is a huge problem in this country, but that doesn't mean it needs an expensive solution. Want free protection from ID theft? See what's just ahead on Money Talks News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment with a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
When you put something on the back burner, sometimes it gets forgotten and goes bad. That's the principle that Dr. Bill Meyer explores in today's Focus on the Family.
I think if we line up our schedules, we are a very busy family.
Well, let me know. I'm sure Ryan will have track. Hey, are you coming home at 5? Ryan's done at 5. Could you pick him up so I don't have to come all the way back into town?
Sound familiar? Like most couples with kids, the Henleys are so busy they can hardly catch their breath.
Let's go.
But it's absolutely vital to carve out a little time just for each other.
Could be 15 minutes, could be a half hour, where this is just time for mom and dad to communicate.
I think it could be real easy to let our relationship take a back seat. But we've always, since day one of our marriage, been real advocates of staying fresh in the marriage arena.
And keeping it fresh starts with making time together a priority. A lot of couples put their relationship on hold while in the busy child-rearing years. Whether or not they do that on purpose, it's a bad idea, because couples who neglect their marriage are in for a shock when the empty nest arrives.
I mean, you could wake up one day and not know somebody.
Are there going to be some activities which really bind them together as husband and wife, hobbies that they'll develop together after the children have left the home?
It's crucial for couples to regularly spend some time focusing on each other. It can be as simple as committing to sit down and talk together every evening, or as ambitious as trying a new activity together.
People who have the strongest marriages are people who are the best friends. And friends typically share time, effort, and energy, shared activities, communication.
Whatever stage of life your family's in right now, diapers, carpools, or teenagers, strive to be your spouse's best friend. Then as your kids grow, your marriage will too. For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, visit our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the Focus on the Family TV tab under the Lifestyles tab. Every year, millions of Americans have their identities stolen, and losses from ID theft cost banks billions. But protecting yourself from ID theft doesn't have to be difficult or expensive. Money reporter Stacy Johnson has a 5-minute solution.
ID theft has become a nationwide epidemic, affecting millions and costing billions. The thought of losing your identity, credit, and savings to a thief is obviously scary, which makes it fertile ground for companies promising to help for a fee. You give them money every month, they'll help protect your identity. Sounds reasonable until you learn that you can do the same thing yourself in 5 minutes, absolutely free. It's called a fraud alert. Put one on your credit file, and it theoretically requires anyone granting credit to take extra steps to verify you're who you say you are. And all you have to do to get one is go to this website and fill out a form. It takes less than 5 minutes, it lasts 90 days, and it costs nothing. And if you're afraid you won't remember to renew your fraud alert every 90 days, no problem. We will. Money Talks will help you sign up for a fraud alert, then send you an email every 90 days to remind you to renew that fraud alert. It takes less than 5 minutes and costs nothing. Bottom line, ID theft is a problem, and prevention is important, but that doesn't mean you need to pay for help. To learn more and use our free service, just go to MoneyTalksNews.com and do a search for Fraud Alert. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
And as Stacy said, he's got all the information to sign up for a free fraud alert at his website. You'll find him by going to our website, KDKZ18.com, and clicking under the Money Talks tab under the Lifestyle tab.
And coming up in sports, high school football kicked off on Friday. I'll have a wrap-up from this weekend. The Clearwater Tigers battled Mother Nature on Saturday, and Lance Berkman hopes to rejoin the Cardinals this weekend and perhaps finish his career. These stories and more coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1-800-587-7095.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News with Jeremy Martin.
An area high school football action from this weekend. Festus edged Farmington 16-13. Fredericktown handled Kennett 40-18. Sullivan had no trouble with Park Hill Central 34-6. Jackson beat North County 48-21. And Potosi big over Confluence Prep Academy 55-6. The Clearwater Tigers attempted to get their fall baseball season underway Saturday, but Mother Nature did not cooperate as both games were canceled due to rain. The Tigers will be traveling this week with road games in Van Buren, Naylor, and Doniphan. Lance Berkman expects to rejoin the Cardinals this weekend for what he says will probably be the final weeks of his career. The 36-year-old Berkman is on a rehab assignment to test a damaged right knee that required surgery in May before sustaining additional injury when he was hit by a pitch following his return. Speaking to reporters before his first game with the Memphis Redbirds, the six-time All-Star first baseman acknowledged that he's leaning toward retirement after concluding his second season with the Cardinals. Berkman says his goal is to rejoin the club in Washington on September 1st and provide tactical help to help a group of players he considers one of the best clubhouses he's been part of in 13 Major League seasons.
And as good as the Rams cornerbacks have looked during training camp and early in the preseason, head coach Jeff Fisher told reporters the unit still needed a lot of work. That was painfully evident on Saturday at Cowboys Stadium when the St. Louis secondary got worked over for 297 yards passing by Dallas quarterbacks Tony Romo and Kyle Orton in the first half. The Rams made it close in the second half, but lost 20-19. And that's a look at sports. Fred and Dustin, back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Jeremy. Let's take another check of our forecast for the next several days as we look at our extended forecast. Tuesday, another warm day, 91 degrees. Wednesday and Thursday, plenty of sunshine, 91 degrees. Then Friday and Saturday, Isaac's going to make its appearance here in southeast Missouri. 86 degrees on Friday, 85 on Sunday. And then we should clear out for Sunday and Monday with temperature around 90 degrees. It's been a busy day of local news, weather, and sports, and the news doesn't stop here. Just go to KDKZ18.com for all that information and more. From all of us here at the Dawkins Broadcast Group, we hope you have a good evening. Newswatch is next. We'll see you tonight at 10.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KDKZ 18.